Welcome back, everybody. So, as we left off, you had successfully teleported into Frostmoor, but not just into Frostmoor, not at the location where you had teleported with Genju, but directly square into the garden that is the Great Temple of Nyx. And demon dancers have surrounded you with this gaping vortex behind you, blowing away on guard. What do you do?
We did it! You did it, Duran!
Excellent. We need to get to the Daimyo now.
We have news from Arrow Watch.
We must close this portal first, though.
Halt! One of them comes up and unsheaths their blade at you, and the other three tieflings here, and more are running up, as you see. One of them just waves his blade at you. What is this? What have you done?
I'm gonna start, digging through my pack and look for the badge the Daimyo gave us, and, hold it out and say, we're representatives of the Daimyo. We were sent to Arrow Watch. We had to come back once we saw what happened here.
Roll a persuasion check at advantage. 24. They look at you, point their sword at you, and then see the symbol and look very confused. They don't put their swords all the way down.
Where is he? We've seen visions of the destruction. We saw that he was hurt. Take us to him, please.
And you look around and you see smoke, plumage, and chaos. People carrying water buckets and mages doing control water and things like that. The place is in chaos. The Daimyo, I don't know.
Where is he?
Please, you have to tell us. We have to see him. Does Minako recognize any of the people there?
You do recognize them. Each of them are part of one separate branch of the demon dancers. There's a flame dancer and a stone dancer and a mist dancer.
Does she recognize the one that we're talking to right now?
Yes, his name is Island.
Please. And she goes up to him and gets kind of into his face, even with the sword in the way. She's, Island, please. These people, we're not here to cause trouble. We have to see him.
All right, come this way. We'll take you to Ren. She's in charge right now.
Thank you.
And they begin running down, begging you to come, assuming that you'll follow with them, they begin running down the garden.
You'll take care of this, okay, bye! As we run away from the scar that we just opened, following him.
There are other ones who are still there, piled up, confused, looking at the scar. But it seems to know, even though they're in shock, you know that they're poised enough to be able to assess the situation and deal with what has to be done. And you see in the background that the ones that had joined up are starting to do some type of familiar ritual that you saw before.
Good.
After a few moments, you're rushed into a sliding paper-thin door that crosses into the threshold of a large, long room with bamboo footing. You see standing up, kind of discussing with other demon dancers, Ren, as you remember, the captain of the stone dance.
Ren, how is he okay?
What? Ren turns. Minako, Liberators. What are you doing here? What? It's just madness.
We have come for the Daimyo.
And she looks very forlorn and sad. And she goes, the Daimyo, he is not well. We were attacked. They stole the sacred shard.
We bring terrible news from Arrow Watch. Everyone there the whole place was wiped.
It was overrun by demons posing as commanders from the army, and they were stockpiling gems, the crystals, and the symphony. We think we know some more. I'd like to debrief you, but it is all not good news.
Whatever we can do to help.
And she looks at both of you very confused. Come, follow me. I will take you to the Daimyo, and on the way you can explain what happened at Arrow Watch, and possibly what happened here. You warned the Daimyo of dwarves who would attack, no? I believe they attacked and stole our sacred treasure, the very essence of the demon dancers that imbues our weapons with the power to slay demons.
Oh, shit.
What? And they escaped?
By the time I came here, I saw the Daimyo dying on the ground, barely with a pulse.
Were you able to save him?
Barely. He's hanging on. He's stuck in between this world and the next.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
And not if I do either. Take us to him now, please.
We're heading there now, and she's still moving across the large exterior of the Great Temple of Nyx.
Okay, I'm gonna start to explain to her. I'm not going to exactly link Durand with the warband, but I'm going to say that it is actually a disguised elven warband pretending to be dwarves, and they serve this evil deity. And we don't know if they're linked or not, but there's the Dark One being served by changelings and others in Arrow Watch. they're connecting or collecting the symphony. When they've poisoned it and the song sings backward, it sings verses of a scripture that they believe is used to unlock the Dark One. And each symphony or each crystal they capture with a sufficient symphony in it holds a verse or a word or a lyric used in their infernal song. I don't know if it's linked to the chaos wrought here by these elf dwarves or not, but these are the two evils we are dealing with. And then I'll say, I'll gesture to the group, or I'll say to them, like, please fill in any details I've left out.
There's more. While we were traveling, we managed to create something. It looked like dew. It filled a whole pool. And it was like it was like the bush had wept so much that it had elevated up into the air, and it was truly another miracle. So many things have happened.
I believe it was about halfway between Frostmourne and Arrowwatch. Yes, we were able to invigorate another heaven's root. And as Minako says, it became a large bushel. And then here, and I'll pull out my water skin, and I'll uncork it and give it to her to sort of look or inspect. And I'll say, we have a few water skins filled with the dew produced from that event. We left most of it there as we had no way of transporting it, but it was larger than the hot tub you saw us in before. There was so much.
This is incredible. So you performed another miracle. I hear you had created a miracle in the frostbite, and now you're creating miracles out in all of Shiverin. More heavens do? This all can't be a coincidence. Or everything at once. These creatures coming, your rival, miracles. Something is happening. And now...
Ren, we also opened a scar to get here. Duran is starting to understand wind style. I think Minako and I have potentials in the other styles too. We were able to mimic Genju's, and I'm sorry. I wasn't strong enough to bring us here in other means, so we did what we thought was best. But you need to know this too.
He's a non-tiefling with a vagary, Ren. I saw it myself.
It was pretty amazing.
She stops in her tracks, and as large as she is, you all bash into her, and you all halt as well. She turns around looking at Duran. Can it be? Never in history has a non-tiefling been able to unlock such the graces of Nyx, and you opened up a scar?
There are even more strange things that have happened. In our encounter, we met with a changeling named Deja Vu, who had been responsible for the deaths at Arrowwatch. They had used a kind of energy armor with the power of chaos. We were almost slain in that dramatic battle with them. It was through that battle we were able to access the vagary, and I think through the wisdom of the wizard Horatio and the knowledge of King, the strength of Nyx, and the touch of Maliki, we were able to return here.
Well, I'm sure the demon dancers are working on sealing it now. Tracing back to your scar, they'll check out, and she pulls over one of the passing demon dancers that are running, doing whatever they were doing, and says, "You!" And they bow and salute. "Make sure to send a unit through the scar that was created. Inspect Arrowwatch. Look out for signs of chaos and the smell of demons, and clear his scar." "Yes!" And he continues walk. "We don't have time to lose. I'll take you to Daimyo, and maybe you can look upon him, figure anything out. Where's Kai in a time like this? It is his duty to be here. Come. And as she begins to move again, and at this point, she towards the actual entrance where you guys would have came through, the doors blast open, and walking forward with a procession behind him of about maybe 10 or 15 tieflings carrying swords, you see a white-colored tiefling with the similar horns and look as Kaijin the daimyo. He has a black metallic right arm holding his blade into it. On the left is a very black and demonic demon hand, thicker than what you would see with spikes protruding from them. He has long white hair that goes back, reaching all the way down towards his tail that is spiked and black as well. Not similar to his white complexion. He's wearing normal looking pants that look a little raggedy, but a white and blue vest with the symbol of the cloud vagary demon dancers on them. And Ren goes, "Oh, it's no way. No fucking way. What's it you're doing here?" "Well, I've come to save the day. Looks like your guy's in a bit of trouble. Where's my brother?" And looking on both Monako and Cal, you recognize the former heir to the demon dancers and brother to the current daimyo, Hiei.
Minako just goes pale.
Cal is flabbergasted. Minako, how did he get here?
She just turns her head away and kind of covers her face with half her.
Who is this?
Hiei turns over and looks and says, I see you're still here, Monako. Didn't go running off? I hope you're not seeping your lies and your poison into my family.
Not that I have anywhere else to go now.
Just watch yourself. What we had is over. You're not part of this family anymore. And he continues walking forward.
You're not going to stop us from seeing him.
Stop you? I'm there to see him myself. I hear my brother has got himself a little trouble. And if the daimyo is out of commission. And before he finished that sentence, Ren steps up and says, You are not the next in line, Hiei. That right belongs to Kai. Then where is he? He should be here, defending this place. But he's not. Take me to my brother, now. And his sunken black eyes begin to glow red as he says that. And when that happens, I need all of you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so Cal 19, Duran 14, Monako 10, King 7, Horatio 19, and Sil 2. So everyone who rolled below a 15, although you don't feel anything magical happen to you or physical, just the sheer look into his eyes makes you feel uneasy. Fear comes upon you in some shape or another. You just don't want to be near Hiei in that moment. And he continues walking forward. The rest of you feel that, but you're able to, if you got above that, you're able to stave him off, his little intimidation.
Hiei, how do you know where Kai is?
I never said I did, but if he was here, why didn't he just show himself? Why didn't he defend his father?
Maybe he's still around putting out fires that you seem to not give any care to.
Oh, I care. This is my home. But I'm in no position of power, as the captain here stated. But I'll take what my birthright, and I will need to see my brother. If he's in a condition unfit to lead the demon dancers, to lead Frostmourne, and this son of his is not here to claim, then I'm taking what's mine.
You're in no position. Ren, let's go.
Ren goes, this way, and Hiei follows Ren. So you're all pretty close enough to each other where it's awkward. And him and his procession of similarly dressed demon dancers who all look very malicious.
Dungeon Master, we've been talking to them for about at least a minute or so. Can I use my know your enemy ability to get an idea of two comparisons between myself and Hiei?
Sure. Is it your choice or mine?
I get to, in regards to two of the following characteristics of your choice. So, my choice.
Okay. Yes, you may.
Does he have more levels than me?
Yes.
Does he have a higher AC than I do?
Yes. In fact, you vastly feel there's difference in skill.
He kind of whispers over to Cal. He is far stronger than he appears.
I know of it. We need to make sure that the daimyo is okay. Now more than ever. I'm glad we came as fast as we did. We wouldn't have been able to do it without you, Doran.
If we cannot meet the daimyo, should we instead spend our energy helping the people in town recover from the damage of this attack?
We're literally walking to the daimyo's room.
Yeah, I know, but if they go no people visiting or something like that,
King, do you think this dew will be able to heal the daimyo?
Oh, no, I don't think so, no. The dew is not used for healing purposes. It is used for creating the song that protects us from the demons. But who knows? There could totally be a new use for it. We should see how he is and see if there's potential use.
Then Doran, I'm not sure how much we'll be able to help him, but we sure as hell will try.
If anyone can help.
I will try my best.
King, I'm spent with my ability to lay my hands and heal.
I am not yet spent.
Okay, that's good news in this dark hour.
Ren, are we almost there?
Yes, it's just around here. Follow me. And it's snowing, and you finally get towards the door, a thicker sliding door, and she opens it up. He's in here resting. This is his personal room that he comes in to meditate. So please, dust off your shoes and keep it clean. And Hiei goes, so he pushes his way through first and goes, What? We're just letting anybody in here? Who the fuck are these guys?
Shows how much you know. Had you been here to protect this city and claim your so-called throne, you would know who we are. We're more important than you are in this circumstance. And I'll elbow past him to go in first.
Roll me a strength check versus an athletic check versus his.
Sure. Big money.
That was big money.
-1.
That was as big as the money can get.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Natural 20 on an ability check. 19.
-1. 19. All 5 foot of myself, I go to push past him.
You push your way in, and you do make it into the room, and then you just feel yourself moving, and you're still moving your feet, and you look down, and you're not actually moving. Places you right in front of him again. Yeah, we're not gonna have any of that. Like I said, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, these are some very... Oh, she seems to lose her spirit.
We are the Liberators, and we are personal envoys of the daimyo.
They speak the truth. Ren steps up. They're here on my behalf and the daimyo's. I allow them the entrance. You have not taken over, and you do not succeed me, as I am temporary leader, while Kai is gone as the rest of the Demon Dancer captains. So this all happened on your watch then, and you think you can lead? Whatever. Don't touch anything. Men, guard the perimeter. And all the other Demon Dancers who were... You look around you, they were all very hostile with their swords, so you just... They all go resheath their blades and begin walking off, going into some type of military formation.
Don't mind him, King. Let's see what we can do for the dummy.
I'll nod. I'll wave my hands and a flowy zhuzh my fingers towards everybody's feet and prestidigitate the snow off of everyone's clothing, so that way we don't track any dirt into this space.
Okay, so using your prestidigitation, you clear out the snow and dust that you would have brought in, walk into a beautiful room, white, and the floor wasn't like the tiles and textures that you were on before, or the wood. This is all pristine pearl floors. Lying on a bed to the upper left-hand corner of the room, as soon as you make first left, you see a slight grayish-purple tinted, very old-looking, sunken eyes Kaijin the Daimyo. There's a blue crystal hovering above him, seems to be dropping some type of mist on top of him, while a woman tiefling dressed in gold and silver armor that with light skin and horns that wrap up is chanting some words. Ha! Look at him. Weak.
Have some respect.
You watch your tongue, Minako.
And you watch yours, nobody.
We're just letting everybody in here, huh? He is with me too, Ren says. Come this way.
We go over.
Does he look awake?
So as you walk towards it and you look down, he does not look awake. His eyes sunken in are closed.
She kind of kneels close to the bed and just whispers to him, Kaijin.
No response comes from Kaijin.
Do we understand what the maiden is doing besides praying? Do we know what effect it is causing?
You wouldn't know. Cal, you would know what this is. You know she's doing a demon dancer ritual. She's channeling energy through a healing stone. It's used for people who are cursed with demonic energy.
Okay. King, it's a healing stone. It's removing a demonic curse, chaotic energy that's been put into the daimyo. He needs to have his body completely cleansed.
I only have forms of lesser cleansing. I can aid in that way, or I can try and simply close his wounds and reinvigorate him the same way I do with you.
He has no wounds, at least none that you can close externally. And the woman who's healing looks up and turns to you. Ah, Megumi, thank you for healing the daimyo while you did. This is my lieutenant, Megumi.
Pleasure to meet you, Megumi.
Megumi. And Cal bows his head a little.
Is he gonna make it?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know what he was struck with. It did something to him. It's a heaping massive of demonic energy. And I don't know why. Usually our blades can counteract this. But it didn't with him. It didn't react. All of our blades did, though. It glowed as soon as that energy was released. But why not his? And now he's stuck between this world and another. It's all I can do to keep him tethered to his body.
Does Heaven's Dew help? Could we potentially give you some to increase the potency of your binding magic?
Can we use it to charge this healing stone?
Maybe. Can only keep this up for so long. That might help. I don't know. We don't really have access to a lot of Heaven's Dew other than what we use to put up the barrier. Ha! Don't trust anything they're gonna give to him. Look at this weakling. I don't want to see my brother dead, but he can't rule in this condition. And Ren, you have no right. Cloud dancers only. And if Kai's not here, then I'm proclaiming myself new leader of Frostmourne. Until, well, my brother wakes up, of course.
I'm not sure that's how secession works. I thought that there's rules in place, and if what the daimyo said was that Ren is to take place, then she is in charge, not you.
What? Is he? And Ren steps forward and kind of goes in front of you, King. The rules are not that cut in. I'm only placed in here until the rightful heir from the Cloud Dancers can take over. And that should be Kai. And if Kai is not here to take over, then technically it will go to the next in line, who was, and since there's no other blood heir to the daimyo, or did he not proclaim another heir, go to his brother.
I just sigh and look away after she says that.
You were never interested in ruling. Why are you even here?
Priorities have changed, and I care about the welfare of all of Chivalry. Queen Camilla sits on her throne doing shit. We all know that Frostmourne should be the capital. Demon dancers need to rule. We will keep this place safe.
I want to scrutinize him when he says that he cares for all. Do I believe that he really thinks that?
Roll me an insight check. 14.
Can I also roll insight?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Can you pick up that there's half truth in that. He does seem to maybe care about demon dancers and the power that comes to that, but when in terms of in more of an emotional way, he definitely does not feel that. And Duran, you don't pick it up, you just hear his words. Monako, you know for a fact that he is very militarized and wants to rule. He's very power hungry and wants to see the demon dancers all of Frostmourne at the top, and him ruling above that. He'll do whatever he can to get his way, though. Is why he's separated from the group.
You left so long ago, and you're just gonna march in here?
Like I said, things have changed.
How did you find out? How did you even know this was happening?
Everybody can feel it. If you were from here, you can feel this demonic energy emanating. The people are in shock, seeing the great temple of Nyx aflame. The fires you can see miles out. And all this happened after some adventurer miraculously grew a heaven's root tree at Frostbite. I wonder who that was. He looks at you intently.
I performed the miracles.
You did you now? Who the fuck are you?
Enough. These gears were already in motion, regardless of the miracles the king performed.
Regardless, while my brother is out of commission, I hereby declare myself leader of, and in that moment, you hear a and the door slams open, and you see, panting, wait! And turning quickly, Monako, you recognize that it's Kai. Beat up, bruised, battered. You see this red tiefling with sharp horns going up and black hair, wearing heavy leather armor with like plate in the middle of it. He looks battered, bruised, and beaten up. And immediately you all notice, with your passive insights and perception, the scowl and shock on Hiei's face.
Kai!
Where's my father?
Here. He's not looking so well.
Well, fancy seeing you here. What kept you so long? And he turns. He blows past Hiei and just gets on his knees directly at the bed of the daimyo. Puts his hands on him. Father, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have left. I was training. I did what you asked. It's all my fault.
Monako puts a hand on his shoulder and then says to him in Infernal, "They know who did it." And then looking over at King Duran,
he looks up at you and he places his hand on your hand. Who? He says in Infernal. But before you get to respond, he turns. You shouldn't be here. You have no right. You're not even blood. I don't care what my brother said. You weren't here in the time of need when you were supposed to. I'm the rightful ruler.
You weren't here in the time of need either.
Again from the outsider?
You have no right, Hiei.
No right.
Exactly, and Ren says, stepping up. He is here now. You cannot claim your right until the daimyo's back. He is leader of the demon dancers. Oh yeah? Fine. Then by my birthright, I call Northril. Everyone who's a tiefling
Gasped in tiefling.
gasp in Infernal. I take it you accept my proposal? Not that you have a choice, Kai? And Kyle just kind of looks down and stands up and gets into the face of Hiei. You challenge me to a Northwell who met my father's in this condition, at his deathbed. And he stops when he says that.
Minako looks away.
Look, I'll accept your challenge. Then you will finally leave this and never return. You hear it? Witnesses? Demon Dancer Captain? Witness? It's settled. I'll be back 2 days' time. Get the stadium ready. Gather your people. The Demon Dancers are mine.
Do we really have time for this? While the city burns?
The city will take care of itself. Like it always has.
And this is why you will never be the leader.
Who are you? A mercenary? I think I might have seen you.
Cal.
Doesn't ring a bell. Listen, you're not part of this family. You're not even part of the Demon Dancers. You have no say in anything. Now get out of my way. And he pushes you out the way and continues to go, stopping at Duran and looking at him. And Duran, you're about the same height as him, so you're kind of toe to toe. And he gets really into your face.
Duran glares in his eyes and will not move out of the way for him. If he wishes to get past him, he must move around him or push through him.
Roll me a contested athletics check versus hit, or acrobatics as he attempts to push you out the way.
Can I channel my divinity?
Channel your divinity.
Yes.
What would you like to channel?
I would like to channel my conquering presence to exude a terrifying presence, forcing Hiei to make a wisdom saving throw.
It doesn't say it's any special, certain type of effect.
What do you mean?
It's not a charm effect or anything like that?
No, it's just me channeling Kalemvor.
Okay. All right, so he'll make the saving throw. All right, that's a 15.
I believe he succeeds.
Okay. And you did acrobatics? Okay. He pushes past you, but you just dodge out the way before there's actually contact, but he doesn't slip up. But he does look back at you, noticing that there was no contact, and go, and doesn't say a word and continues walking out the door, slamming it behind him. All right, men, put out these fires. Take care of the people. Show them what a real leader of Frostmoor is made of. Huh! And they all just dissipate, including Hiei. Hello, everyone. Kai steps forward. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for what you've done to aid my father. I know you tried to warn him about things, and from what I've heard on my way here, I seem to have been attacked by them. So, what news do you bring? But you notice everyone's still in shock.
Minako's still by the bed of the daimyo. She just has her head in the blankets. Just
after a minute or two, and the shock sort of fades away, and he asks us to debrief and say what happened. I'll start to slowly recount all of the things that happened to catch him up to speed.
Okay. After you take a few moments explaining everything, Ren backing you up and explaining things that she knows as well about what happened here. You also get extra information. Ren explains that there was a loud explosion that happened at one of the quadrants of the Great Temple of Nyx. Going there, she and the rest of the Demon Dancers were attacked by some strange unseen force. Every so often they saw a red flash and something sinister. They describe yellow teeth, black eyes, but it would disappear, and they couldn't find out what it was, but they were attacked, and then it stopped. By the time they all made it, there were a couple more explosions, and she had witnessed the daimyo being struck by what you already know from what happened with Hootie, and the dwarves that had turned into elves, or Indrow, had jumped into this black pool that has since closed. Oh my goodness, I should have been here. Something strange happened. I was out training, and when I was trying to make my way back, there shouldn't have been any demons. I know the place was blessed with heaven's dew, but I was ambushed, not for a hunt. It's like they were physically trying to get me. So many of them. It took me so long to finally defeat them all, and by the time I made it here, I heard and then everything that had happened. I'm so sorry. And he turns to Minako. I'm so sorry, Minako.
Minako pulls her head up. She was crying on the daimyo's bed, and she just wipes her eye and says, we all should have been here.
In Arrowwatch, I can't believe Queen Camilla. She must know. She must know immediately. We have to gain audience with her. You're right. But first, you accepted the challenge of the North Rail? Are you insane? I had no choice. I'm not of the blood. I was only granted this by my father. I can't refuse it.
You can't let Hiei have the title.
Exactly. He would send this place into ruin, into chaos. He wouldn't stop with just taking over Shiverin. He'd want to take over Thelos. And, hell, go into the Dark Kingdom and gods knows what after that.
Whatever we can do to help you, we're here.
Would you be able to join his team? The Northrill, it's a competition with a general, and the general commands his platoon. Would you be able to join his platoon? Surely, strong adventurers like you. No, you can't ask them of this. I'm sorry. It's too much.
On my honor as a tiefling, I offer my assistance.
And we were aided by the daimyo, and we would give anything we can to help him and his.
I'll pull out the badge and show him and say, like, he gave this us because he trusted us. We have to try. I don't know your customs or your ways, but if we can, I think we all would like to help you.
Roll a persuasion check at advantage. 21. So all of you are looking on, and so is Ren, kind of with her eyes saying, accept. Kai looks down at his father, looks to Monako, smiles a little bit, and looks towards all of you. Well, I can't say no to that. All right, gonna have a lot of training to do. We have 2 days to prepare, and you outsiders don't even know the rules. Not to mention that, you were talking about how you might have been unlocking your vagrant non-tieflings? How's that even possible?
I saw it with my own eyes.
It's amazing. Nyx be praised. Our blessings are with you. Well, I know what we have to do in the first day. We're gonna have to go up Kuro Mountain. It's the only way we can beef up our vagaries and they can unlock theirs. Kuro Mountain. You know how dangerous that is, and you know exactly what we need to do if we're gonna be Hiei and his demon dancers.
This is our path. And I look at the rest of the group. Thank you for standing with us.
I know this isn't your land, but thank you so much for helping and our people.
This is what we have always stood for. Ever since we first met on the first realm, we have always been a group of people who work to fight tyrants like Hiei.
What our friends are for.
We will do what we can to help you and your people. We are the Liberators. That's what we're here to do. Horatio says, turning towards you.
But we must also stop Doramu and the rest of my warband.
I feel like it's connected to all of this. I agree.
Do you think Hiei might be working with them?
I really hope not.
I think anything's possible.
He is a very ambitious man.
But do you think he would take power by aligning himself in such a way? He's still a demon dancer.
She winces and says, he's capable of anything.
And Monaka, you know that deep in your soul. He's capable of anything. We wouldn't put it past him to do something like this. Though it's unspeakable, it's Hiei.
I'm sorry to even suggest it. I'm seeing enemies everywhere now.
Well, thank you. I'm sure my father would be proud and honored. I think we should get some rest. I'll stay up and look around the area. I'm gonna make sure the fires are out and the people are okay. You all look worse for wear, though. The irony of that, looking at Kai, all of you, and he's also beaten up.
Is it alright if we stay with the daimyo for a little longer?
Yeah, that's fine. Certainly, I'll be here as well. Captain, we should go. Tend to the squad. I'm also worried. We're missing more than half of our strength. Yuri, Genju, and Hitomi. They're at that cave where Celadus, and they still haven't reported back.
There's no word from Genju still?
No, this just seems oddly coincidental. I need to pray to Nyx tonight. See if I can commune. Maybe she'll give me answers. Alright, you do that, Megumi. Meanwhile, I'll go check on the rest of the clan and the squads. Thank you so much. Thank you, your daimyo. Addressing that, she bows towards Kai, and then bows towards Kaijin and walks out. If you'll excuse me, and then Kai makes his way as well, leaving with all of you and Megumi and the daimyo, of course.
She and Monako will stand up and sort of shake her head and wipe the tears from her face and say, I'm gonna go back to sleep or something. There's nothing more we can bring you.
I still want to try taking some of the dew from my water skin and seeing if I can charge up that crystal and maybe like power it up so it can work a little bit faster in cleansing.
Okay. You open up your water skin and start to pour, and Megumi goes like, wait! And she goes, no, continue, sorry. And you then continue to go ahead and start to pour it. She looks on. that trickles down slowly. You're not wanting to pour too much. And once it hits this blue stone that's been circling around, it begins to glow brighter. The mist-like dust that was coming down out of the stone onto the daimyo has increased in volume, and he begins glowing slightly.
It's working.
His dark tint getting brighter, not much, but still brighter. Oh, praise Nyx. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. I think it's working, albeit a little bit, but it's definitely working. It's stabilized. Oh,
I thought of something crazy. I don't know if it will help or not, but I'm gonna try it, and I'm going to take out my water skin too, and I'm going to just pour some in like a little cup, and I'm going to like dip 2 fingers in the cup and then touch the daimyo's forehead with the dew. And then I'm also going to dip my fingers in the cup and then put some on my forehead as well. Set the cup down, and I'm going to say the familiar feeling of chaos and craziness is just stuck in my mind and I can't let it go. So I don't know, I'm just going to wing it and sort of feel my way through it. But if I am to start to unlock this power, then I need to do it with purpose. And I'm going to try and, I don't know, I feel like when you said that this curse enshrouds him, I felt like there was a mist obscuring his path home. Like his spirit's lost somewhere and it needs like a beacon and a light. Like when ships, there's lighthouses to guide them. I feel like I want to be his beacon, and I'm going to try and move the mists that surround him and open a path for him to find himself. And then after I explain myself, I'm going to start doing like a Tai Chi-like dance in this room and do very fluid motions and just think to myself, with that very familiar feeling I, felt twice now, sort of lock onto that. And inside pray to my goddesses and think, move this mist, erase the binding, remove the shadows, channel this energy, find a way, find a light, and just like think those various thoughts and purposefully dance around and see if I can enhance the glow on myself and the daimyo.
all right. Roll me a performance check of your Tai Chi dance.
I would like to use my favored by Myliki at 2d4.
All right. 17. All right. So you begin to concentrate, focusing on the energy in Megumi's stone and also the energy that you feel around the daimyo. Begin to move your hands and your body in a formation that is similar to the flow. She puts her hands down, stopping whatever energy she was giving to the stone. The heaven's dew trickles down onto the daimyo. And as you spin around, your body begins to move, can continue to move. People part up for you as you begin to dance around the daimyo's bed. Megumi steps back as well, intrigued and looking. And these words come into your head as you're moving around. And you begin spinning and moving your body in this motion, and you start to see the heavens dew swirl around the daimyo. Everyone looks back in kind of shock.
Mist, vagary, activate! Aquatic waltz!
As you slowly start to dance this strange combination of martial arts movements with dancing and body motions in a very waltz-like fashion, all of you immediately feel refreshed. A very thin mist-like pool begins to form underneath the daimyo's bed, encompassing all of you who stand within a 50-foot radius. And any scarring, back pain, unease that you felt begins to drift off of you. You feel comfortable as King continues the dance. You feel relaxed, and the color on the daimyo completely changes from that darkish purple to his normal gray, ash gray. He doesn't seem to gain consciousness, but a little bit of the sunkenness from his eyes does disappear. And you feel his breathing gone easier. It's not as heavy. Megumi looks shocked. That was mist dancing. That was incredible. By a non-tiefling? By mine eyes, and the goddess Nyx, her blessing is upon thee.
I stop dancing and just start to cry, seeing that the daimyo hasn't woken up, but he's been rejuvenated a little bit. I'm relieved, but also upset. I'm happy and sad all at once. I'm just pure emotion right now.
King, that was spectacular. I can't believe another non-tiefling has mastered a vagary. If I was not here, I would almost never believe it.
It's not enough. And I'm like wiping tears from my face.
King, you've helped him so much. Give it time.
Thanks for believing in me.
It takes faith, like you said.
Yeah, you're right, it does. I look towards Minako. Your turn.
She kind of gives him this sad smile and then just says, I don't think there's anything done.
No, I mean, find yourself. And I look into you when I say that.
She smiles and holds out her hands and to hold yours first, and then says, thank you, King. We have time, but dancing is something that you can do when you feel it's right. But for now, all I feel is sorry, but I'm so happy for you, and I knew you would be able to do this. Everywhere you go, it's a miracle.
I'm just glad I could help everybody and help the daimyo. He's been such a pillar of society to this community and just to us newcomers. I wanted to do everything that I could, and I reached out with every fiber of my being, and I'm glad that they heard.
Thank you so much for doing everything. Kaijin is so much more than a leader to us, and so much more than the daimyo to me. I just hope it's in.
Me too. I need to rest. I feel tired.
All right. Magun looks on and says to you, well, we've done so much. I think we can let the daimyo rest now. Guys were great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let us know if you need anything else, or if we can help. I think I'm gonna make my way to the guest quarters. I remember where they are.
Okay. So, what are you all doing?
With that statement, Duran kind of puts his hand on King's shoulder, and he kind of shakes his head a little bit. I know we want to stay with these people this time, but wouldn't it be safer for us to stay with the Seekers?
I don't know, you tell me. We rushed back here to be with the daimyo. Do you think that we should travel to the other side of the city to be with the guild?
Let's stay here.
I could really use my own bed right now.
Do we want to leave then?
Oh, no, I live here. Or I did.
You're right. No.
Come on, I'll show you where the guests are. You haven't been here. You haven't stayed here, have you, Cal?
No.
Can someone show me to the guest quarters? I just need a quick nap.
Minako will lead them.
Horatio, what time of day is it? How tired are we?
We're probably pretty tired. I mean...
10 p.m.? 11?
10 o'clock.
It's been a long day.
So Manako, you know the way to get to the guest quarters. There's several different guest quarters. You could bring them anywhere you want. The place is in a little bit of disarray. People are still running around, but the flames have died down and it's calmed down quite a bit. You hear whispers that people are saying, these are the guys, oh my god, they opened up a scar, what? Yeah, it wasn't the tiefling. And they are whispering about it. But if any time you lock eyes with them, they look up and continue going on their way. You can take them towards where the maidens sleep, if you want. Or you can actually go to the guest quarters on the first floor.
She just takes them to the guest quarters that are closest to where her quarters would.
Okay. And it's actually pretty close to your quarters. It's on the backside, close to where you guys entered to get to the Seekers Guild. There are some guest quarters that stay there. And when you get there, you see that each of you has their own 10 by 10 room dedicated to them. There's small beds, padding, blankets on the ground as you're only inches above the ground, but bedding is quite comfortable. There's a table and a desk, and Minako, you show them to a bunch of them. There's at least 20, so you show them the first 6 or 7.
On the way there, she asked Cal, Cal, did you know, have you met Hiei before?
I did some work for him once. I regretted every second of it.
Oh, I'm okay.
Why?
Oh, no, you seemed incensed by him. Thought maybe something was going.
Just, he runs things very loose, chaotic, and there was just something about him that I couldn't trust.
Yeah, he tends to do whatever.
It made it very difficult to work.
Well, here are your quarters. I'll be not far. Live my own.
Should we discuss the trial or the mountain before we go to bed?
Oh,
Probably.
I suppose you should know what we're going to get into. Cal?
And I proceed to tell them what they're in for. I don't know what they're in for.
So first, you two. So you both know exactly what this is. Everyone in Shiverin knows what the North Rill is.
I'm guessing it's kind of like a duel or challenge of power.
So the North Rill is a competition. There is something called a Shadow Stone on both sides of a large football field, actually double the length of a football and just as wide mountain pass. In it, there are traps and monsters and other sorts of magical things that can attack you, as you have to make your way to the other side with the other combatants who are on, they're called squadrons, and you have your general, your commander. In this case, it's Hiei and Kai. Once you make it to the other end and past their fences, you would then take your actual essence, your inner power, and channel it into their shadow stone, corrupting it and changing it to mark your same energy. Now, this takes a lot of constitution to do so, and it's dwindled as you traverse through these jungles. But within these jungles and harshities and all other types of maze, you can find some boons to help you along your way. But beware your enemy. Death is a possibility, though it is frowned upon.
Normally people don't get killed in it, but I just wouldn't put it past Hiei or his men.
Yeah, I agree, Minako. I feel there's too much at stake for him not to take it to that extreme, especially if Kai's going to be there as our general.
So then we'll have to doubly prepare.
It is extremely serious, and we will have to be on our game.
And you also explain about Kuro Mountain, which is obsidian black mountain, where everything else is stone and rock. This is a obsidian mountain that soars up to be one of the tallest mountains in Frostmourne. Once you actually make it there, you have to ascend on the way up, and there's something about the obsidian, how it reacts with the dust sky or something. No one really knows, but it unlocks a power in you but it's a test of endurance and strength. Forcible way to power up or unlock your vagary. And the daimyo and Hiei are known to have done that too, and all other cloud dancers.
It's amazing that the two of you were able to unlock your vagaries, and on this mountain, you'll be able to hone that skill. King, you were so disappointed, thinking you didn't do enough, but you did so much. After the training tomorrow, I think you won't even believe your own power. You'll be able to master it. Or at least try.
I'm sorry for being so sour before. I'm ecstatic, and I'm also, I guess, still processing it. I don't know. Like it's hard to be. I'm struggling to say it. I know that Myliki touched me, and I am grateful for her blessing. Now I feel like Nyx has done it as well, and I don't want to be selfish and hoard the power of the gods and goddesses, but it is comforting knowing that I have them watching over me and empowering me to help heal this land.
King, you devote yourself to helping everywhere you go. It should not be of a surprise that the gods take notice.
Yeah, I guess so. I blush and look at them directly in the face and say, I couldn't have done it without the support of all of you, though.
King, Horatio says, turning to you, there's something I need to tell you. Something I learned in Arrowwatch. Something that has to deal with you. And I think all of this. And that's where we're going to end for tonight's session.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, what a cliffhanger.
That's a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That's a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.